What up, baby bobs? Purple Lavardi here, man. YouTube's first influencer. I retired from football in the 7th grade when I realized that tackling really hurt, and I knew right then and there, man, my football career was over. But I think that's what makes me qualified to predict the NFL playoffs on the AFC side. Got Buffalo versus the Steelers now. Josh Allen has been hot. The Buffalo Bills are playing at home. I expect a rowdy crowd, so I'm taking Buffalo Bills on this one. I just don't believe in the Steelers. Mason Rudolph's been playing good. Yeah, I think Buffalo will pull through. They got the experience. They'll go through and beat the Steelers at home. And then we got Kansas City versus the Miami Dolphins. Now, these two teams, man, they're pretty good teams. Everybody's saying the Dolphins were going to be fantastic this year. They were predicted to go to the Super Bowl. I kind of knew they were kind of fraud because they couldn't beat any team over 500. I think they finally did beat maybe a couple of teams over 500. And then we got Kansas City. They've been proven, gone to the Super Bowl. Their offense hasn't looked that hot. Their defense is pretty decent, but I just can't see Miami coming out on top at Arrowhead. So I got the Kansas City Chiefs beating the Miami Dolphins, which sucks because I was a huge Dolphins fan when I was a kid. I loved Miami Dolphins, so that one hurts me. And then we got the last game here, the Houston Texans versus the Cleveland Browns. Now, this one's kind of a tough matchup here. I don't know which team's going to win. The Texans looking great down the stretch, rookie quarterback, and then you got the old man. You got Joe Flacco out there slinging that ball again, and it's amazing to see. I'm really glad that it's not Watson out there, man. I really did not like that they got rid of Baker Mayfield. Another team that I really liked as a kid, the Cleveland Browns, and I think the Browns will win this one. I think they're the only team that's going to upset anybody in the AFC. Browns going through, man. That means in the second round, it's going to look like this. Now let's go over to the NFC. The Cowboys versus the Packers. Everybody's excited about the Cowboys. Cowboys are playing at home. They're a great team at home. Dak Prescott's looking like a MVP. I think he should win the MVP. Yeah, the defense is very stellar. Here we got the Green Bay Packers, man. The Packers. Jordan Love, first year as a starter, gets him to the playoffs. He's looking like the dude. He's looking like the Packers got another guy that's going to be able to sling the ball again. There's one thing that I know throughout history is that Green Bay plays fantastic against the Cowboys in the playoffs. I don't know what it is. They always seem to crush them in the playoffs. Will that happen again? I believe so. I think Green Bay's got a lot of momentum. I know the Cowboys just beat the Commanders. Commanders are a soft team. The Bears were coming in hot into Green Bay, and Green Bay proved that they can beat a hot team. I think they'll be able to beat the Cowboys in Dallas. And even with those refs, those refs are shady in Dallas, but I believe the Packers will be victorious. The Lions and Rams. Now, the Rams are hot. They're explosive. They are the hottest team coming out of here. I know they just played San Francisco and they looked really good against them. Game didn't really matter. Got those two star receivers, Puka and Koopa. Matthew Stafford going back to Detroit. You got Goff facing his old team. Detroit looked really good starting off the season too. And they kind of been wishy-washy here and there, but they also got some good momentum and they have a hell of a coach. Both teams have great coaches, but I just don't see Matthew Stafford not getting vengeance on Detroit in Detroit. And then we all know Detroit with the referees, it's always sketchy. So I got the Rams. Buccaneers versus Eagles. It's a coin flip, man. I don't know who's going to win this one. I was going to find a coin to flip it, but now I actually have to come up with a reason for one of these two teams to really come out on top. I like Tampa Bay. I always liked Tampa Bay this year because of Baker Mayfield. I don't know. I got a soft spot for Baker because he joined the Browns, and I really liked the Browns growing up. And you got the Eagles, Stone Cold Eagles, man. Stone Cold. Yeah, they've been absolutely terrible. And oh man, like I said, this is a hard one. I think the Buccaneers have a great defense. I think their offense has been slacking off these last two games. They couldn't score a freaking touchdown against the Carolina Panthers. The Eagles, they just lost to the Giants. They made them look like a superstar team. Man, this is tough, but since it's in Tampa, I think Tampa Bay's going to win. Shout out to Baker. That's going to be a huge win for Baker. This is going to be a hell of a match, man. You got Joe Flacco coming back to Baltimore to play a great Ravens team. Yeah, this Ravens team is unbelievably good. Their defense is top tier. Lamar Jackson probably going to win MVP. I still think Dak should win MVP, but Lamar is stellar. He's not throwing the ball away like crazy. He's holding on to the ball. He knows when to run, finding his receivers. Yeah, this team almost beat the Steelers with their B team out there, so I don't see the Browns beating the Ravens in Baltimore. Joe Flacco, he'll come in there. I hope he plays really well. That defense is coming after him, and I think the Ravens will prevail. And then we got Buffalo versus Kansas City. Now this is like a rematch. These teams always face each other in the playoffs, and it always feels like Josh Allen loses in these matches. Not this year. I see Buffalo beating Kansas City. That was quick of me to say. I know it was, but they're playing in Buffalo. Kansas City, yeah, their offense is just not that good. It's not in sync. I wouldn't even say the Bills' offense is that good either. This one is also one that could go either way. I just think Josh Allen has finally had enough. He's like, it's my turn. I need to go all the way to the Super Bowl. I think he's got a chip on his shoulder. I think he thinks he should be MVP. He's not even in the top 2 conversation for the most part. And I think he'll go defeat Patrick Mahomes, 49ers versus the Packers. These two teams, again, another two teams that seem to face each other constantly in the playoffs, and the outcomes always felt the same. It always feels like the 49ers just know how to beat the Packers. Even though Jordan Love's having a great year, Purdy, McCaffrey, this offense, Samuel, this offense is super explosive, and the defense knows how to lock people down. This Packers defense is like hit and miss. They've been more hit recently where they've been able to stop people, but this Packers defense, yeah, it's not it. This team is just offense. They don't really even have to play defense, but they do. So they are a great team. And yeah, I see Purdy going once again to the NFC Championship, man. Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the LA Rams. The Rams going into Bakersfield. It's going to be interesting. The weather's going to be nice. Last time LA went on their Super Bowl run, they went to Tampa Bay. They beat Tom Brady, the greatest quarterback of all time. And Stafford, I don't think Stafford's that afraid of this defense. Yeah, I see LA going over there, beating Stafford, having a great game. He's got those 2 weapons. I don't see Tampa Bay going past this far. I barely saw him getting out of the first round, so give me LA beating Tampa in Tampa. Buffalo versus Baltimore. Baltimore Ravens have looked amazing this year. Buffalo, man, they were 6-6, and now they're coming in hot. I think this is where the hot streak ends. I think, this defense is too strong. Lamar Jackson probably do a great job against this defense. Josh Allen under pressure. It's going to be tough, man. And you're in Baltimore. Yeah, I just don't see it. I think the Ravens are going to go ahead and go to the Super Bowl. The 49ers and the Rams and the freaking California final over here. I think this matchup is going to be really good. We ended the season with this, and now we're going to end the NFC with this matchup. But this time they're going to put their full squads out there. We saw the B squads. They were tight, 1 point away. I think it'll be a bit similar. Don't see San Francisco losing at home. That defense is going to force some turnovers for Stafford, and I just see Purdy, throwing it to McCaffrey and letting that guy carry that team. Yeah, I got the 49ers going to the Super Bowl. We got Baltimore versus San Francisco, the 2 number 1 seeds. And that's how it should be every year, you think that's how it's going to go. And I think this year it's the most obvious case that these 2 teams are the best out of the whole league, and I think they are going to prove it in the playoffs. And it's going to be a great Super Bowl. And this is a rematch of a past Super Bowl head coach brothers. I just see Baltimore winning. They're a strong team. They're going to take this, man. Baltimore is going to win again. They're just the best team. And I was saying they were the best team before. They had the best record in the AFC. They're a solid team. And the AFC North just completely dominated the NFL this year. And whoever won that division was going to win the Super Bowl because that was such a hard division. But yeah, man, let me know what you think. Think Baltimore's going to take it. Maybe you think San Fran's going to take it. Maybe you think Green Bay's going to take it. Maybe you think the Steelers. Like and subscribe. Peace.